Hi friends, this is India's number one coaster enthusiast here. Welcome to the worldwide wing coaster fight. Now, before we start this fight, here's one thing I want to tell you. It's the coasters that are eligible to be considered wing coasters, because coasters like X2 are not wing coasters, but coasters like Skyrush are. And the reason behind this is that X2 is not listed as a wing coaster on Aerodynamics website. However, Skyrush is listed as a wing coaster on Intamin's website. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at our contestants. On the left side, we have Wild Eagle, X-Flight, Heaven's Wing, Flying Wing Coaster, Parrot Coaster, Thunderbird, and Gatekeeper. On the right side, we have Flug der Dämonen, The Swarm, Falcon, Phoenix, Raptor, Skyrush, Furious Baco, and Flying Aces. All of these coasters have to pass through the first filter, which is a fancy way of saying 2 coasters go in, 1 coaster comes out. Now, let's fly right into this wing coaster tournament. Ooh, that was bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip to the channel intro. Before I start the fight, I have an announcement to make. Mr. Theme Park Explorer recently lost his channel to YouTube, and I think it's a real shame it had to be him because I really liked his channel. Now, Mr. Theme Park Explorer, if you're watching this, please know that you have my condolences. You lost 30 subscribers and only gained back 9. I think you deserve a second chance. If you want to be a good person, please subscribe to him. Alright, let me be the one to break the ice. Welcome to the worldwide wing coaster fight, where all the wing coasters around the world battle each other to see which one comes out on top. Now, let's dive headfirst into round 1. Our first matchup for the day is Wild Eagle vs X-Flight. And I think X-Flight looks like an underrated wing coaster, whereas Wild Eagle looks kind of overrated. And let me explain why. While X-Flight does have a pretty boring looking layout, it does have those cool head choppers, which Wild Eagle does not have, which has an equally bad layout just because the vertical loop exists, because I think vertical loops are pretty pointless on wing coasters. But let's forget about that and see what you have said. And you disagree with me, with Wild Eagle winning with a score of 5-3. Whew, this is off to a horrible start, but hopefully things will pick up from the next matchup, which is gonna be Flug der Dämonen, known as Flight of the Demons in English, versus the Swarm. I think that Flight of the Demons should take the win just because it has a more interesting layout. And sure, while the Swarm has some awesome theming, some cool special effects, and some world-class head choppers, I just don't think it can match the variety Flug der Dämonen has to offer. And you guys agree with me, with Flight of the Demons winning with a score of 8-1. Alright, our third matchup for the day is Heaven's Wing vs Flying Wing Coaster. And I think that Heaven's Wing should take the cake here, just because it's basically Flying Wing Coaster but more elements, and yeah, that's really it. And you guys agree with me, with Heaven's Wing winning 5-0. Okay, that was interesting, but I'm not exactly surprised by this. Anyway, on to our next matchup. It's gonna be Falcon vs Phoenix. Now I think that Phoenix should win, and here's why. It has a better layout, and it has much better pacing, and it is a lot more aggressive than Falcon is. I'm not denying that Falcon is a good coaster, I just don't think it can match how good Phoenix really is. And you guys agree with me, with Phoenix winning 6 to 2. Alright, everything is looking up from now on. Let's see if that's the case with our next matchup. It's gonna be Wing Coaster versus Parrot Coaster. Okay, I do have an unpopular opinion right here. I think that Parrot Coaster should win just because it has the height, it has the speed, and it has a more unique set of inversions. And sure, while Wing Coaster looks nice, it just doesn't seem to offer the stuff that Parrot Coaster offers. For example, Parrot Coaster has some awesome head choppers and some, great natural beauty around it. Not exactly theming, but you can consider it theming considering that the coaster is themed to parrots. And yeah, I do agree that Parrot Coaster is kind of a letdown and is kind of a missed opportunity for most people. I just don't think it is as bad as, Wing Coaster. And for that, I would say Parrot Coaster, but you guys disagree with me, with Wing Coaster winning 5 to 2. You know what? I kind of respect that. Wing Coaster looks good. Next up, we have Raptor versus Skyrush. Raptor is made by B&M. Skyrush is made by Intamin. Enough said. And you guys agree with me, with Skyrush winning 8 to 0. Alright. Again, no surprise here, just because Skyrush looks so much better than Raptor. Anyway, our next matchup is Thunderbird versus Gatekeeper. Now, I know that there's kind of a debate around which coaster is better, and I'm kind of leaning towards Thunderbird just because it has that really nice launch and a couple of interesting inversions. Although it does have that disgusting vertical loop, I'll talk about that later. Gatekeeper does not have any, intense moments. It has some interesting moments like the world's second highest inversion, highest at the time it was made, and wait, that's it? I mean, sure, it has those keyholes, but it really does not look like Gatekeeper has anything to offer. And it just looks too, graceful to be considered a good coaster. And I think that Thunderbird uses its vertical loop to its advantage because the vertical loop, I think, adds to the intensity. Again, I have not been on either of these coasters. I might be going on Gatekeeper in the next couple of years, but I'm not sure. But you know what, let's just forget about that. I think both of these are decent wing coasters, nothing too great about them, but they aren't bad rides in any way. So let's see which one of these is the winner. And it's Thunderbird winning 8 to 0? I thought there was a debate going on here. What? Okay, I'm genuinely shocked by that. But let's see our final matchup for round 1, and that's gonna be Furious Baco versus Flying Aces. Quick note, why does everyone spell Furious F-U-R-I-O-U-S? For Furious Baco, it's F-U-R-I-U-S. Just so you know. Okay, I searched it on Google. But anyways, coming back to the matchup, I think it's kind of a shame that it has to come down to this just because both of these wing coasters look fantastic. I have ridden Flying Aces and it's in my top 3, and Furious Baco looks like it can crack my top 30. Both of these look like fantastic coasters, but as I said, Flying Aces is in my top 3, Furious Baco is in top 30. So I guess Flying Aces should win, but you guys agree. Oh, okay. With Flying Aces winning 6 to 3. Okay, let's say bye-bye to our losers and see our winners move on to face the second filter. Now, let's reset everything and fix the new matchups so that we can start round 2. Alright, first up we have Wild Eagle versus Heaven's Wing. No questions asked, Heaven's Wing should win. And you guys agree with Heaven's Wing winning 5 to 2. Alright, our next matchup is Flug der Dämonen versus Phoenix. This is actually a really difficult one for me because both of these coasters look like top tier B&M wing coasters, and it's quite a shame that these two have to battle together because I'd have liked to see them both reach the next round, but it's really difficult for me to choose between these two. You know what? I'm not choosing. I like them both equally. You decide. And wow, that was a close race as well, with Flight of the Demon winning by one vote in a score of 4 to 3. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Both of these coasters look equally as good. So this could have gone anyway. Now we have our second to last matchup of this round, which is Wing Coaster versus Thunderbird. And I think that Thunderbird should win just because it has the launch, it has the intensity, and sure, Wing Coaster has some cool elements. I don't think it is as good as Thunderbird. And you guys agree with me with Thunderbird winning 8 to 0? Seriously, no one for Wing Coaster. I mean, even I think that Thunderbird is better than Wing Coaster, but come on, guys. Alright, now for our final matchup, it is Skyrush versus Flying Aces. Man, this is a matchup I've wanted to see for a really long time because I have an extremely unpopular opinion here. I think that Flying Aces should beat out Skyrush. Now, let me explain, okay? I think that Skyrush has a much better layout, much better pacing, and more intensity than Flying Aces. Alright, so many months after I uploaded this video, I realized that whatever I said about Skyrush and Flying Aces, my opinion on that has changed now. So yeah, let me just talk about that. First of all, I said that Skyrush's layout was better than Flying Aces' layout, but I don't think that's the case. And here's why. Flying Aces has a wider variety of elements, and yeah, Skyrush is just, it's just ejector hills and turns. You know what coaster that is? Formula Rosa. And I really don't like Formula Rosa. I know Skyrush is obviously better than Formula Rosa, but I'm just saying that, I just don't see Skyrush's layout being that good. I think it's extremely underwhelming. Then I said that Skyrush's pacing was better than Flying Aces' pacing. While that is true, the pacing difference is actually insignificant. So Skyrush's pacing is 90 feet per second and Flying Aces' pacing is 89.5 feet per second. So the difference is almost inconsequential. So really, if you ask me, the pacing is about the same for both of these coasters, and the pacing seems worse in Flying Aces because, Flying Aces is made over barren land and the elements are a lot more drawn out. So it makes Flying Aces look like a much slower coaster, whereas Skyrush is over trees, it's over water, and it's right next to other coasters that don't blend into the land. So yeah, it makes Skyrush look a lot faster than it actually is. So yeah, these are my changed thoughts. I hope you understand. Now, back to the video. However, Skyrush also has those horrible restraints. Now, I have not been on Skyrush, but I have been on a ride at my home park which is half as intense as Skyrush and has the same restraints. And let me just say, it was a horrible experience. So when you dial up the intensity by 2, I just can't see it being better than, Flying Aces, which is again in my top 3, and I have a high opinion of Flying Aces right here. So yeah, I think Flying Aces should win, but I guess it's gonna be no surprise that Skyrush has won with a score of 8 to 2. No! I mean, I thought this was gonna be a slightly closer race. You will be missed, Flying Aces. You will be missed. Alright. Now it is time to say goodbye to our losers and Flying Aces and see the winners move on to fight Filter 3. So let's reset everything again and fix our new matchups so that we can start round 3. Our first matchup is gonna be Heaven's Wing versus Thunderbird. Thunderbird, because it has a better layout, and while Heaven's Wing does have a slightly more unique set of elements, I think Thunderbird is slightly better just because of the launch and the intense moments. And you guys agree with Thunderbird winning 6 to 1. Alright, now it's our final matchup, and that's gonna be Flight of the Demons, Fluke the Daemonen, whatever you wanna call it, versus Skyrush. Again, Fluke the Daemonen is made by B&M. Skyrush is made by Intamin. No questions asked. And you guys agree with Skyrush winning 5 points to 1. You know what? I'm not surprised at all. I think Skyrush deserves it, even though it totally did not deserve the win it got last round. But anyways, let's say goodbye to our losers and see our 2 winners move on to face the Great Filter. And if you think I made a philosophical reference right there, yeah, I did. Now let's reset everything one last time so that we can see Thunderbird and Skyrush battle each other. Who will take the win? Who will take home the coveted Coaster Trophy? Which of course is hand signed by Coaster Master. It's gonna be... Disagree with these results? Think that some of these guys should have come? Yeah, you're not alone. But you can change that by joining my Discord server, where you can vote for these coasters in the polls section and do some other awesome stuff like laugh at the funniest memes and GP quotes, and decide to do some video collabs with me, and of course promote your own channel, and do a whole lot more of course. And if that hasn't gotten you sold to joining my Discord server, I don't know what will. Anyway, links in the description. Now, back to the final round. The winner is gonna be... Skyrush. Come on guys, we all saw this coming. It absolutely destroys Thunderbird with a score of 9 to 1. I would have liked to see a slightly closer matchup, but well, it is Skyrush, and there seem to be a lot of Skyrush fans out there. Anyways, Skyrush wins the Coaster Trophy and also wins the Coaster Medal for passing not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 rounds single-handedly. And for that, I can't commend it enough. So there you go, Skyrush is the winner. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything you'd like me to change regarding the format of this video, please let me know in the comment section below. And it will mean the world to me if you would like and share this video. And while you're doing that, please subscribe to the channel. Believe me, every subscriber counts.